Can eczema be cured? In my experience, we've helped people improve the condition. Some people all the way, so we technically have cured them of the condition, or they've cured themselves. Other people a little bit of the way, so it's more of a spectrum. But if you look at what the word cure actually means, it means that people have been relieved of the symptoms of the condition. So is it possible to relieve the symptoms of eczema and psoriasis and topical steroid withdrawal? Of course it is. So if you're watching this video and you're wondering, well, James, how do I do that? I'm going to run you through something called natural inflammation therapy, and we're going to go through the main pillars, and I'm going to give you some examples for how to think through the condition and the root causes. So if you're suffering from eczema, topical steroid withdrawal, psoriasis, or to be honest, any chronic or autoimmune condition, one of these will be your primary root cause. And that's a big claim, but when I break it down for you, you'll understand. Okay? So let's go. First one, energy. Energy, not just like how much energy you have available in your body, but also mitochondrial dysfunction, especially in topical steroid withdrawal. We know that it has a mitochondrial dysfunction component to it. Next one is hormones. Your hormonal balance within your body is extremely important, especially, again, TSW. The first two examples we're using. Topical steroid withdrawal has both of these as a root cause component. It has a hormonal component for a lot of people. Not everyone, but for a lot of people, the hormonal cycle is off because of the damage that the corticosteroids has caused on your adrenal glands. So on top of your kidneys, you've got two small glands that produce the endogenous cortisol, which again helps to manage inflammation. So if you use a lot of corticosteroids on the skin for an elongated period of time, your body is very smart. It will adjust its own production of cortisol to make sure that you stay within limits. As a result of that, if you just then throw away the steroids that you're using or keep using stronger and stronger ones intermittently, so not as per how they're meant to be used, your adrenal glands cannot come up to speed fast enough for producing their own cortisol, which will trip you into that withdrawal state. That's because of the hormones. And then if your hormones are absolutely fine and you balance those out, it's normally a mitochondrial dysfunction issue with topical steroid withdrawal. Next one, nutrients. So nutrient intake, not just all the vitamins and the minerals and things like that, but also specific anti-inflammatory nutrients that you can be eating that will help to improve your condition. We also have toxins and detox. This is a big one at the moment. Getting toxins out of your body, reducing exposure and increasing the amount of toxins your body can deal with is a really smart way to help get rid of the condition. We have biomes and infection. So body biomes, so on the skin, up the nose, in the gut, you know, these places. And then infection, which is technically just dysbiosis. It's just one microbe that has completely monopolized the situation. We'd describe that as an infection. And then your nervous system. So there are 6 pillars here we may add to it, but these are the main ones that we see in the practice. So let's go through eczema, for example. Let's have a look. So eczema, what are some root causes that we know with eczema? So we have dysbiosis. Everyone that we've done a gut mapping test for, they have dysbiosis. But is that a useful piece of information? If I say, hey, everyone, you need to go get your gut tested, is that useful? Well, we know that you're going to have an imbalance if you've got microbes. It's what we do about it. That's what makes the difference. So your biomes, your skin biome specifically as well, for people with eczema, higher prevalence of Staphylococcus aureus, which your bodies have an IgE response to, malassezia in the hairline and down the back of the neck. And then infection, again, if we have H. pylori, things like that, technically it's not an infection. Some doctors and health professionals argue that it's a commensal microbe, but if you have an overgrowth of a specific microbe within the gut, for example, that would be described as an infection. What else do we find with eczema? We have the nervous system. So we touched on this on another video about your body being able to move between 2 different nervous system modes. So your autonomic nervous system splits into 2 parts. We have parasympathetic and sympathetic. So we have rest and digest or fight and flight. When it's in rest and digest, your nervous system's, when it's in rest and digest, your gut is functioning properly, your digestive tract's functioning properly, your production of enzymes is functioning properly, your stomach acid. So everything's working normally for your digestive tract. And then your immune system is also balanced. It's preferring that T-regulatory response. So we know that when people are in rest and digest mode, things are running much more smoothly. But if you're having a really stressful time, whether it's finances or work, or a traumatic situation, or a death in the family is what normally causes it as well, or we're having an exam period, things like that, the body will move into a sympathetic response, right? Which is where it deprioritizes all the long-term energy using organs in the body, such as your digestive organs and, interestingly, your immune system. It will deprioritize those. It says, hey, they cost a lot of energy to run. Let's focus on the heart, lungs, muscle tissue at the moment, just until we can get out of this situation. What happens here is with the nervous system, it may start with the nervous system, but other things can go wrong. So in a very specific example that I'm going to give you now, let's say you have a really stressful exam period, or you have a really stressful event, something happens, you have a breakup, something like that, and then you recover from that, and then a year down the line, everything's fine, but the eczema hasn't gone away. What's normally happened during this point in time is during your nervous system's switch over to the sympathetic part of the nervous system, it deprioritizes digestive function. This creates an opportunity. Notice we're now linking them together. It now creates an opportunity for dysbiosis to occur, an imbalance to occur, because the body has deprioritized the digestive function. This kind of opens the door to any opportunistic microbes or even endogenous microbes that have overgrown. They've seen their shot, there's lots of food, there's lots of space, and they've kind of grown into that. Toxins and detox, including in this area as well, I would put use of antibiotics. It is a toxin to the body if you include your microbiome as part of your body. Technically, it doesn't belong to us. It's a forgotten organ, but it weighs about as much as your liver, and it's got over 1 trillion microbes in it. So it also produces a lot of our neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine as well. So toxins, getting them out of the body, really, really important. For eczema, our daughter specifically, so this is anecdotal, she had 6 times the amount of arsenic and antimony, which are 2 very poisonous heavy metals. So what do we do first to get these heavy metals out of the body? We healed and sealed the gut lining, reversed the dysbiosis, so that when we started pulling things out into the bowel movement, it wasn't then being reabsorbed through there. And then detoxing herbs and protocol to get rid of those heavy metals. What else is relevant for eczema? Nutrients. We're not going to go through a whole long list of nutrients now, but you know the ones that your immune system definitely needs to function, such as vitamin D. Did you know 52% of the UK population is vitamin D deficient? And that doesn't mean you can just hose a load of vitamin D supplements. It means that you do need to try and get out in the sun at some point in time. And the operating range for vitamin D, just for your information, is between 50 and 200. If you are at 50, it means you're at the minimum allowable amount, and the immune system really, really needs vitamin D to function properly. Then we've got zinc, vitamin A, fatty acids. There's a lot of supplements that would be specific to your condition, but knowing that they are balanced properly is really important. Hormone-wise, with eczema, some people's condition completely disappears in pregnancy. Other people get really bad in pregnancy, and for some people it never quite resolves itself. Here we're looking at making sure that there's nothing pushing or leaning on the hormonal cycle, making sure you've got enough nutrients to make those hormones properly. And then energy, again, your mitochondrial dysfunction has other things leading into it. So notice how a few of these have already been connected. And for the majority of chronic and autoimmune conditions, if you work on these, specifically, if you just started with the nutrients, a lot of these are downstream of the nutrients and the biomes. All right, so if you were to order this, for example, let's do this quickly now. If you were to order this, we've got nutrients and your microbiome, all right, and probably your nervous system. And then downstream of that, you've probably got toxins and then hormones and then your energy, okay? So you wouldn't even have to work on all of these things at once, like all 6 at the same time. I would start on your nutrients, biomes, and nervous system as a 3, and then work forwards down. Once your gut lining's healed and sealed, that's when you can start your detox process. Don't do it before that because you might reabsorb. Then we've got hormones and then energy. And so this is just a quick video to show you why I'm so interested and why I love natural inflammation therapy. It's because it gets to use herbal medicine, naturopathy, a bit of functional medicine as well, all brought together with these core pillars. If we change these core pillars for you, your condition will improve. How could it not? So in summary, when we say, is eczema curable? You have your answer. All right, so if you just go around the clock, fix all of these things, if you need to use a suppressive medication in the meantime, cyclosporin, methotrexate, then go for it. If that's what you need to do to be able to function so you can work around the clock face like this, then go for it. There's no problem with using these suppressive medications in the short term. Just do your risk-benefit analysis. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.